Hello everyone, Neorashi here. Today is November 4th. Because it's a pretty iconic day, I decided to review Laid Back Camp Volume 1. Reason why I say it's a iconic day is because November 4th is actually the day Episode 1 and Chapter 1 of the manga take place. And this is also the day where Rin and Nadeshiko met, because that they meet at near the end of episode slash chapter 1. For those who know me, it's no secret that Laid Back Camp is by far my favorite series of all times. I like it so much that it was actually like it was a semi-random click on Crunchyroll. Discovered this series by a Crunchyroll suggestion, and just to show you how much I love this series, by the end of episode 1 it was already my favorite series of all time. I just love how this series has the same humor you see in most cute girl doing cute thing series, but it's at the same time it's one of the most chill series of all time, and actually I really like that. I mean, although I read some more intense stuff and I play some action game, I actually really do like to have a relaxing time, and Laid Back Camp is one of the best for that. I mean, most Yashike do give me that, and as far as a relaxing thing, relaxing part goes, I think Non Non Biori actually does a better job. But unlike Non Non Biori, this Laid Back Camp actually has a plot, so that's why overall I prefer Laid Back Camp. One thing I like is that despite what I said about the series being chill, it actually goes straight to the point. This is a first picture of the manga, not counting the bonus stuff, I mean. Straight when you open the book, Rin is already heading toward the first campsite you see in the series. It's actually the same for the anime. So I really like how some other manga or anime that feature a certain activity, it doesn't beat around the bush. Like Aruka no Receive is another series that I haven't finished, but I do kind of like. Although Aruka does get into beach volleyball pretty quickly, it doesn't start like that. Like, it's her arriving in Okinawa and her loving the fact that she's gonna live next to a beach, and then the volleyball thing shows up. So yeah, I like how this series doesn't, as I said, beat around the bush. I also really like all the character. The only character out of the main 5 that I don't like as much is probably Aoi. Mostly because Aoi fan might hate me for this, but I don't think she brings a lot to the table compared to the other character. But still, she does have her humorous part, so I still do like her. Yeah, but anyway, back to this actual volume and not the series overall. As I mentioned earlier, episode 1 is what got me into the series, and I must say that it is probably my favorite episode of all time, and I would almost say the same to the first chapter of the manga, but I think for the manga, the other trip that are shown in volume 1 are a bit better. But I still really enjoyed the whole Lake Motozu trip. And it's actually uh, thanks to episode 1 and volume 1 that although I do want to visit Japan one day, I don't want to visit like just the usual like Tokyo and Kyoto. I actually really do want one day to visit some of the places featured in this series, especially Lake Motozu. Lake Motozu is one of like one of the most iconic places in this series, even though it's only shown in one chapter. In the anime, it's shown in a couple other episodes, but it's mostly flashback or non-canon stuff, so it doesn't really count. Um, yeah. Enough about Lake Motozu. I mean, that's really just the first chapter of this book. I also like the Fumoto campsite, the second campsite they visit. That's where Rin and Nadeshiko really start enjoying spending time together in the campsite. Like, I don't know how, but in most manga, when there's like a quiet character and a loud one, initially they don't get along really well, or the quiet one thinks the other is annoying. And while it is the case for this for Rin and Nadeshiko at first, I'd say by the end of chapter 4, they really became friends. They became friends pretty quickly, and that's another thing I like. It doesn't, as I said, it doesn't beat around the bush for many things. It doesn't like drag on the fact that Rin and Nadeshiko become friends. It doesn't drag on the fact that Nadeshiko joins the outdoor exploration club, and by the end of volume 1, the outdoor exploration club are already preparing their first trip. Actually, volume 1 finish with Aoi, Nadeshiko, and Chiaki going on their first club trip. I mean, if you don't like camping, I guess you probably won't like it. Although I have a friend who hates camping and still like this series just because of the overall ambience of the show itself, and the character. And I'm actually probably going to see the movie with her tomorrow. So yeah, I really don't know what else I can say. I mean, I'm just gonna praise this volume. It's my favorite volume out of my favorite series of all time. I mean, I can't give it anything less than 10 out of 10. And honestly, if I could cheat and give like one book an 11 out of 10, that would definitely be this one. Even though it's not exciting. I mean, there are bigger trips, much bigger trips later in this series. Like, for those who watch the anime, the Izu trip, that takes like the last 4 episodes of season 2, it's almost 2 whole volumes. But I still prefer volume 1 just because it's, at the same time, it doesn't beat around the bush, and it introduces us to the 5 main characters. It doesn't. This is another thing that I like. It doesn't wait until like volume 5 or 6 to introduce all the main character. By the end, I think it's chapter 2. I'm just gonna check quickly to make sure. Yep, by chapter 2, all 5 main characters are introduced. This is another thing that I like. Well, technically, some people, myself included, I'll be honest, do consider Toba Sensei a main character, but even then, even if you count her as a main, she's introduced in Volume 2. So even like the 6th pseudo main character is introduced very early. So yeah, so as I said, easy 10 out of 10. This is a series that I will never stop suggesting to people. I will probably never stop liking it, because I already like Yashike to begin with, and although I'm not someone who camps often, I'm someone who loves camping. And it's actually thanks to specifically Volume 1 that last year I tried solo camping for the first time. And second time, technically. I camped twice last year, and both were solo camping. And I really, it was a really nice experience. So yeah, even if you're not into manga, I would still suggest go watch the anime. The episode 1, even if you don't have Crunchyroll, episode 1 is free on YouTube on the Crunchyroll channel. And if you end up liking it, I would suggest get 1 month of Crunchyroll and binge watch the series. There are, not counting the special episode and movie, there are 25 episodes across 2 seasons. So it's not that much of it's not a 1,000 episode series. Anyway, I've been talking for quite a while. As I said, it's really easy for me to start talking non-stop about this series. I love it so much. So hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.